What's going on, YouTube? James Schreimer Fantasy Battle Reports. And guys, I'm going to give you a very mellow what's going on today because I think I have some sort of sickness. If not a sickness, I have allergies. But anyways, I got to give you guys this battle report, and I figured I would get it to you right now. So let's go over what's going on here. Day 2 of ETC. Guys, this is ETC Zagreb, Croatia. Alright, so this is game 4. I ended up playing, let's see, game 1 and 2 I ended up losing against, our team ended up losing against, who was our first? Montenegro. It was a small loss. Round 2 we ended up playing France, which was the biggest loss we had the whole tournament. Then game 3 we ended up playing Latvia, and I think we still lost against Latvia, so we're at the bottom tables. We are at the dead second to last bottom tables, and there's only one way to go from here. There's only one way to go, and that is up. As you can see, this is a picture of, now, those chairs on the right, or those, I like the bleachers on the right, and yes, I know my eye looks cockeyed in this, but, that's basically the wall of the lowest, tables, and as you can see, Kieran Dunleavy and Mr. Blombier are at those tables with me. We're all at the bottom just hanging out. Fuck it, why not? We're playing Slovenia, and guys, as you can see right here, we're doing the matches, and as we're doing the matches, our opponents came out with shots for everybody to take. So everybody's taking shots for their opponents. One thing about this game is while we were doing the matrices, I saw the matrices. I saw this Dread Elf player, and this Dread Elf player really didn't have much shooting, and that was immediately like, ding, 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 I could take this guy. And I told my team, I'm like, oh, this is more than a green matchup. This is a blue matchup for me. This guy, and they're like, what? How are you gonna handle this? How are you gonna do that? I'm like, man, he has barely any shooting. He has 2 bolt throwers, and that's about it. I'm like, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So I asked for this guy specifically. My team was teasing me consistently, asking me if I got that 19 yet, 19 to 20. For Magic, he ended up getting Raven's Wing, Evil's Eyes, Wheel Turns, and Will of the Wisp. And this is part of the reason why I said this is a green match, because Witchcraft really doesn't threaten me too much. Over here, I ended up getting Wrath of God, Smite the Unbeliever, Hand of Heaven, Cleansing Fire, and my Lightning Van Braces. As you can see, this is his list over here, and I'm going to go over, his name is, I believe his name is Jan the Doctor, and I can't say his last name, from Slovenia. Now, let's go. I'll just read the list, actually. So, he has a Dread Prince on a Raptor Chariot, which doesn't really look like a raptor, but what am I supposed to say? I have a Wolf Chariots that have Mornfangs. It's Cult of Yema, Lance, Heavy Armor, Shield, Midnight Cloak, Basalt Infusion. He has an Oracle with Destiny's Call, Magic Heirloom, Morax Reaping, Witchcraft. He has a BSB on the Divine Altar, fuck that guy. He has 5 Dark Riders, 5 Dark Riders, 5 Dark Riders, 5 Dark Riders, 30 Legionnaires, 6 Acolytes, 25 Tower Guard, and 2 Reapers. As you can see, the list doesn't really look that damn scary. He has 2 blocks, that's about it. He only has 2 scoring units. I believe we are... Were we playing flat? No, we're playing King of the Hill. As you can see, there's the Divine Altar, there's a picture of his Tower Guard on the left, and he has a bunch of his damn units, his chaff units. Right down there, on the bottom, that's his Raptor Chariot, and these are his 2 bolt throwers. Anyways, I believe we're playing either Marching Columns or Classic Battle Line. We're going to go ahead and play like this. Now, he drops everything he takes first turn, which is fine. The one thing is he deployed his bolt thrower all the way on the left side, which, if you notice, there's a hill in the middle of the field and a rock and a tower. That bolt thrower has the shittiest line of sight of any deployed bolt thrower I've ever seen. So it's actually not even a threat. It's not even a threat. He put a bolt thrower on that side. I don't know why. Maybe he thought my scouts were going to come out that way. Who knows? As you can see, he's going to go ahead and just move up his chaff. Everything's vanguarding up. My Spider Riders all on the right side. I got to keep my leadership bubble pretty tight with my general. My hill that I picked, or actually this is Dread Elf's turn 1. Dread Elf's turn 1. But he picked the forest that's right in front of his guys. I picked the water right here, and he ends up chaffing my savages. Now, part of my strategy right now is just to shoot the shit out of them. I'm not in any rush to fight them. I outrange them easily. I have a web launcher. I got bow shots. I got my magic. I'll be fine. Magic. He got a 4. He ends up using the witchcraft spell, and he ends up not witchcraft. He ends up using the acolytes, and this is the one thing I didn't account for. Honestly, this is the one thing I did not account for when I said it's a blue matchup. Is he has the acolytes, and the acolytes get Breath of Corruption. So he boosts Breath of Corruption. It hits my general. All right. It ends up doing 2 wounds onto my general. Motherfucker, little bastard. So he starts shooting at my Spider Riders. He ends up doing 1 wound. He ends up shooting at my goblins, kills off 1 goblin. He ends up shooting over here into my chariots. He fails to wound the chariots. And it starts off my turn. Orcs and goblins turn 1. Orcs and goblins turn 1. The K-Pack's going to clear out those freaking Dark Riders right there. They get in. Boom. Those are dead Dark Riders. Now, I'm looking at... I got to pull up the older picture first because I got to show you. In the bottom left, you see he's chaffing my savages, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. He's actually chaffing himself, and he doesn't even realize it because he can't charge my savages if his guys are in my way, and I'm going to just keep shooting at him while he's still in my way. So I'm like, this is great. I'm not going to charge him. But my savages said no. My savages said, fuck the frenzy check. I'm going to go by myself. And they go forward. Oh, you fucking idiots. You fucking idiots. What the fuck is wrong with you? I got a leadership 10 crown for something, and it didn't do shit. They fucking failed the fucking frenzy check twice with the BSB reroll. No, there's no BSB reroll. I don't know. I was thinking crown was my BSB, but they fail it. They run forward, and boom. Crom runs up to threaten the Dark Acolytes. He's like, why are you walking your idol right up in front of my Dark Acolytes? And my point is to toss a breath weapon onto him so he can start wounding them. And because he's in the woods, I'm not going to be able to shoot him easy. It's better if I just do magic at him. Rolling up my Spider Riders up to the right side. Don't really care about his Raiders coming that way. And yeah, magic. I ended up doing a I don't know. I put the Hand of Heaven card here, but it's actually the breath weapon, the Breath of Corruption, not Breath of Corruption, Cleansing Fire. Give it to Crom. He only does 3 wounds though. Over here, I end up doing a Hand of Heaven into his Dark Riders, kill off 4 of them, and then I end up doing Tomahawks to kill the last guy. I don't think actually I killed that guy. I think the one guy lives. Shoot the web launcher into his tower guard. Anyways, dude does 5 wounds. Gives him dangerous trains, which actually causes him to not want to charge late in a bit. Continue shooting into him as much as I can. Over here, the impact hits kills these guys, and it's gonna start off turn 2 Dread Elves. Turn 2 Dread Elves. So you use the Divine Altars to boost the fucking charge range, and he gets it. He needs a 10. He gets a 10, and he gets in. Boom, right here. Okay. Over here, as you can see, Tower Guard starts moving around. Then he chaffs my spider, so if I somehow stick, I don't get into a flank. I get it. Not a worry. Magic, he ends up rolling a 1 on the Flux, goes ahead and he rolls triple 3s onto whatever the fuck he casted, blows up a couple of his guys because he rolled triple 3s, and he ended up doing the wheel. Oh, that's what he did. The wheel turns onto my savages. Shooting phase, he shoots to my spiders, kills off a couple more spiders. Over here, close combat, he just rips off 14 Savage Orcs. 14 Savage Orcs. My Savage Orcs go back. Woo! And they kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 guys. 12. Now he has a charge, a BSB, a banner, and 14 wounds. Charge, BSB, banner, 14 wounds. That's 17. I have, looks like 12 wounds, a rank, and a banner. So I lose by 3. But you know what? I fail the leadership check. They run. And he's going to chase, and he chases me down, and he gets me off the table like so. It's going to start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. So since he chaffed me with these guys, I decided I'm just going to clear the chaff because I want to get out of here. If not, he's going to just keep chaffing me. So I'm going to charge it to these Dark Riders. I actually had to change of heart after this, but you'll see why. I charged my dogs into the one guy up there, and I figured, whatever, the dogs will win. They roll triple 1s and fail. Alright, well, that was it. Over here, this bear just started walking around. As you can see, he just starts walking around the frickin' bottom tables. And Magic, I ended up getting a 1. Go ahead and I do. Looks like I just did a couple magic spells into his bolt thrower here. Ends up killing him with the shots and everything. Over here, close shooting my K-Pack, ended up shooting the last guy that the dogs failed to kill. And then over here, close combat. He decides he wants to just pull off the bodies. I go, no. I've actually lost combat before to chaff with my spider. It's happened. It always happens. So I decided, fuck it. Let's actually roll this out and see what happens. So this is part one of the iffy moves that happens. You can see how they're deployed right now. Okay? They're 5 wide. I couldn't maximize, so I only get touch about 3. Tip to tip on the third one. I only kill 3 guys. Okay? Now, he doesn't do any wounds. So I have a charge, 3 wounds, and fear. So he loses combat. He flees. And when he flees, he rolls about, like, say, 8 inches. Now, I'm going to show you this picture. This picture is after about doing this about 3 to 5 times. 3 to 5 times he's fled from my spider. Now, when he did it, we measured the distance. 3 different times we measured the distance. 3 different times. He is chaffed by his own unit where he can't get into the flank of my spider, because if he wheels from where he's at, he will touch the tip of the raiders. Knowing that, I move my spider to face the flank of his spearmen, the legionnaires, right? So he does it 3 times and says, okay. I said, okay, it's your turn. When I said, okay, it's your turn, he nudges those 2 horses together and said, oh, they weren't touching each other. And he puts them together and goes, well, I guess I can charge. But if you want, you can face your spider forward. And he charges into me. What the fuck kind of bullshit is that? Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem I have with nothing against specifically against Jan, but this is just like Warhammer etiquette 101. Okay, you measured it 3 times. You cannot get there. It didn't miraculously happen where you could fit through. No, it was the way it was. If the person passes the turn, the person passes the moment that just happened, that is over. It's over. It is what you guys agreed upon, and basically we said it was over, and he couldn't get past. I turned my spider based on that fact. Now, I didn't want to fight the tower guard, obviously, and if it was the sake of, oh, I'm going to get charged anyways, might as well just chase the damn fucking raiders. But I didn't chase the raiders because I was hoping they chaffed. Not only that, but based on this picture, I'm going back to this picture over here. Based on where he's at here, if he was to run just straight 8 inches, it wasn't as crooked as it is over here. But the fact that he kept moving it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to measure it over and over and over, once you touch the models, they're not in the original spot that the models were. That's what I'm just trying to get to. Once you touch the model could be, you know, it could be budged into your favor or my favor, you know? So you really should just play it the way it's played. You go grab a ruler and you see, okay, they fled 8 inches from here. You know, now he's supposed to pull bodies from right to left. Now, granted, again, he just picked up the tray right away and just moved it. Like, okay, they're dead. And I'm like, no, they're not dead. Roll it out. So now all of a sudden he has a very favorable charge because things were budged in his favor. And it's like, that is so annoying. So annoying. So I moved my general over here basically to keep the leadership bubble. I use Crom as chaff against his general. And basically what I'm trying to do is I moved the K-Pack up. You see on the right side, they have good line of sight of pretty much the whole table, but we'll see what's going to happen very soon. Actually, no, this is him. He moved his Divine Altar around. Sorry, he moves his Divine Altar around, and he also moves his Acolytes way back there. Magic, he ends up doing. He does the wheel turns onto my spider, motherfucker, and then he just goes ahead and he murders my spider. Basically, I had to let my mic cut out again, so I had to let the wheel turns go because he kept on threatening to kill my general with the fucking breath of corruption, which is just frustrating, so frustrating that my general is so like easy to target. So I have to let the wheel turn go. He gets it off. He kills my spider. Let's go start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. I call it the Wog, and I charge my K-Pack into his Legionnaires with the BSB. I'm like, fuck those fucks. fuck them up their stupid ass. And he's like, he didn't even see it. Like, you can see it from this aerial view, but when you're looking at a table view, you can't see this, which was just beautiful. It was more like, you know, like a sniper shot. I was like, So my K-Pack, boom, gets in, hits him, right? This is going to be glorious. This is going to be so fucking awesome. Magic, I end up rolling a 5 on the Flux, get a couple extra tokens. Now, I move Crom over there, I move everybody out of the line inside of the Tower Guard, and I basically am expecting to wipe out the remainder of those Legionnaires. He's going to lose by a lot of combat res, he won't be steadfast, and I'll overrun into those Acolytes, right? So I move my General back, I move the Goblins back, I'm just going to start shooting his Tower Guard when I can. And then basically, as you can see, my Forest Goblins are just making it for the forest, which is my objective. My Spiders up there cleaned out that Bolt Thrower, but we'll see how that goes. Over here, Magic ended up doing a Hand of Heaven onto this guy who didn't realize he had the Midnight Cloak, which is my own fault. Nothing really happens. It's okay. It's totally okay. It'll still worth a shot. Go ahead and I do a Wrath of God onto the one stupid War Machine that was hiding in the wrong corner. And just to get the points. Impact hits here. Boom! Impact hits. I did fucking 17 impact hits. 17 impact hits. Not a single one was rolled. But there was only, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 guys there. So I kill all 12 guys, alright, with my bent lance. That stupid fucking altar. I am not excusing my language. That stupid fucking altar did 8 wounds back. What the fuck? 8 wounds back. Now, I have a charge and 12 wounds. Alright, so I'm at 13 combat res. He did 8 wounds, and he's a BSB, so he's at 9. The motherfucker rolls a 4. You gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. Like, that was not bad tactics on my part. That was not a bad roll on my part. That was exactly the plan that I should have had. That's exactly how the K-Pack should work. Who the fuck told this fucking BSB to be on steroids and beat the shit out of my chariots? Who the fuck made the profile on that Divine Altar? Because that thing kicked my ass. Fuck you, and fuck you up your stupid ass. I should have hit the Dark Acolytes. I should have frickin' won this match right here. This should have been the 20-0 I was talking about. But no, I'm going to stick. I'm going to turn like this to chaff the damn Tower Guard from getting any closer. Let's go start off turn 4. Turn 4, Dread Elves. Turn 4, Dread Elves. He doesn't even charge me. He figures his BSB is going to kill me. So he turns everybody around like so. He turns the fucking Dark Acolytes around, which those bastards are fucking pissing me off. Why didn't I charge him with the damn goblins? I don't remember why I didn't charge him with the goblins. Anyways, Magic ends up rolling an 8. Goes ahead and he does the wheel. Turns out to onto Crom, so that way I don't get any fishy moves about charging in. Then he goes ahead and he starts pulling fucking bodies to do, I think, a Pentagram of Pain or something. But basically what ends up happening is it doesn't go off. Let's go start off turn 4, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 4, Orcs and Goblins. I really did contemplate charging my general into his fucking altar. Fuck that stupid thing. I really did. I have no idea why I didn't charge the fucking Dark Acolytes with my goblins. I really don't know. But my strategy at the moment is he only has 1 scoring unit left. If I could stop him from getting in the water, he won't come in the water. Right? So, if I could kill, how many is that? 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plus maybe 10, 16 guys, maybe less, because he's only 8 wide, so 14 guys. 14 guys left. I could do this. Alright, so I move Crom behind the unit. I chaff him with the Wolf Riders. I don't know why I didn't charge the Acolytes with my Goblins. Oh, because they have a fucking 4 board, that's why. Stupid ass Acolytes. But my Goblins are basically still making it for the forest. My Forest Goblin, the Bazooka bastards, they're all the way at the top over there. And basically all we're trying to do right now is just kill the fucking Tower Guard. Magic, get a 7. Go ahead and I give Smite the Unbeliever, lower their toughness. Then I go ahead and I do Cleansing Fire onto Crom. I get it off, but only strength 3, which is fine. Bow shots, kill off a couple of them. 3 guys. Fucking Cleansing Fire gets a pathetic only 3 more wounds or 4 more wounds. So there's only 8 guys left. Over here, the Bazooka's bastards start shooting into him, kill off a couple more. There's only about 5 regular guys left, and then the Oracle. And then the comet came down and blew up that war machine. It's going to start off turn 5 Dread Elves. Turn 5 Dread Elves. He charges into my goblins here, which, whatever. I'm going to have to take it, right? He walks his acolytes around the unit because he's chasing my general. And I'm just hoping to hold steadfast, but even though I know for a damn fact those goblins are dead. I knew the goblins were dead, but I think I committed everything to just try to shoot that unit down, to try to kill them so they can't take the objective. Anyways, he chaffs Crom. He walks around my wolves for whatever reason, and he tries to get to the objective zone. Magic ends up getting a 6, and he did the most dickheaded thing in the whole game right here. He goes ahead and he gives my goblins random movement. My my forest goblins up there, random fucking movement. I see where my mistake was here on my next turn. Alright. Over here starts trying to shoot into my general. He does pentagram pain, does 1 more wound. Then he tries to do the fucking breath weapon. And he rolls the dice. And I think he like 5 diced it too. I think he did. And he rolls the 5 dice and he's like, aha, I got it. And then I rolled my dice. And I think I had like 6 dice. And I had exactly the amount. And he looks at all the numbers. And because mine were like, I think his was like 3, 3, 4, whatever, 2, 1 or something like that. Mine was like 1, 1, 1, 5, 6 or something like that. I forgot exactly the number configuration, but there's a shy ambulance, guys. The ambulance had to come at this part because it's a pretty damn funny part. Anyway, so he picks up the dice and he's like, aha. He's like, yeah, I got it. I go, no, you didn't. He's like, no, yeah, I did. I go, look at the number. You said you had this, and I have that. He's like, no, yours is this. And I go, look, add it up. And then all his teammates are already like done with the games, and they're like, no, dude, James has it. You're right, James has it. And he's like, no, add it. And I was like, we're all adding it. Look. And he's like, oh. And it was like the dumbest moment of the ETC. So I made sure that his whole team pointed at him and laughed. And because he really didn't count it like 4 times that we did. Anyways, all right. Over here he shoots to my dogs, kills a dog. Over here, he ends up killing my goblins, making them run. He killed 18 goblins. Look at that, 18 fucking goblins. I don't even know how they get that many attacks for Divine Altar. And that's how the table looks, unfortunately. All right, let's go into Orcs and Goblins turn 5. Yeah, I think it's 5. So I see exactly where I fucked up here. I see exactly the moment I fucked up. It wasn't really a big fuck up. It was just a fuck up. What I should have done, and now looking back at it, again, hindsight's 20/20. I moved my forest goblins way out of the range of anybody from charging them. But I moved Crom down the hill, and right behind his unit of his tower guard. I'm going to do the breath weapon again. What I should have done was move Crom in between the Dark Raiders and the tower guard, so I could get charged. I don't really care. I'll be steadfast for days. But I end up moving my Wolf Riders right in front of that water. Now this is a very interesting tactic I try to employ to see if it might work. All right. I go ahead and I do my random movement on my Spider Riders up there, but I still want to keep line of sight of nuking shit, which is a pain in the ass. My general flies over this way to keep the bubble close. My 2 guys rally, oddly enough. Magic, I end up doing a lightning van brace. End up killing one of the acolytes, trying to force a panic. Doesn't happen. Go ahead and I start doing shooting. Kill off the other acolyte. Still doesn't kill him. And then basically everything I try to do to kill his 5 tower guard is not going to work. So basically it's going to start off his turn. Dread Elves turn 6. Dread Elves turn 6. He charges into my dogs, and I came up with this brilliant fucking idea of fleeing. I said if I flee, get to the other side of the water. First off, he's going to have to take DTs in the water, right? Second off, if he catches my unit, he'll be on the other side of the water. And it's turn 6, so he can't walk back. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to flee. So I flee to the other side of the water. This is the other scenario where I wish you could just leave the models where they're at. But he goes ahead and he touches, and then he reforms and says, I could reach the other side of the water. Now this is something that's not very clear in the rulebook, the BRB, but when he touches the unit, I know he could touch the unit at any part, but where is his center based on where he touches? And because of that, I don't think he should have been able to touch the water. I think he would be able to flee to the other, or charge to the other side, and he wouldn't be able to do. But he's like, oh no, I'm in a combat reform, and yeah, now I'm touching the water. And I'm like, that's some bullshit. I don't think he reaches. He charges to Crom here. He charges those 2 damn Dark Raiders into my fucking Spider Riders, and that pisses me off right there. That pisses me off so bad. And then not only that, but over here, the stupid fucking Acolyte. The stupid fucking Acolyte does his magic, and he ends up killing my General. With a Pentagram of Pain, no less. Not the Breath Weapon. I was waiting to stop the Breath Weapon. Over here, he ends up killing 1 Spider Rider, but he has a charge and a flank. I have a BSB. And I lose. I run. He almost caused a panic on my goblins, but they're gonna hold on to the objective. Thank fucking God. And over here he ends up trying to kill Crom, but does nothing. I go ahead and I do attack, but does nothing, and that's about it. Man, oh man, it's a frustrating game. This was a really frustrating game, and honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. He was a cool opponent. He was a really cool opponent. I don't think that it was a clean game by any means, and I think that is where I'm frustrated about, because I think that if you were to do things a little bit more correctly the way they're supposed to be, it would have been a different outcome entirely. Captain Titty was telling me, you know, it's my fault for not stepping up and being like, hey, that's not how this works, and I agree with him. I think that I have, after this, I kind of been a little bit more affirmative on, like, you know, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. But at the same token, I was so angry. This happened to me twice in this, by the way, in ETC. But I was so angry that I lost. I was so angry that I only got 5 points. And then I turned around and asked my team, how did we do? And everybody's like, we kicked ass. I was like, what do you mean we kicked ass? They're like, yeah, our whole fucking team slaughtered Slovenia. Slaughtered them. Alan got 8 points, which I believe is the most points he got. Joseph got a 10-10, which, okay, 10-10. But Charlie got a 20, Neil got an 11, Titty got a 20, Lucas got a 20, Neuron got a 15. We ended up getting over cap. We got 109 points, and I got 5 points out of this game, which should have been a lot more. But it's okay. We won. Holy shit, we're gonna bounce back after this. That was a good team to play against, and yeah, I just kind of wish things went a little different. But that's my own game, you know what I mean? Not like team. The team did great, and I'm really proud of my guys for stepping up when I did poorly. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna try to let myself rest and heal, because my next game, I want to make sure my voice is 100% for this next game, because the next game is the funnest game I've had at ETC. Holy shit! Do you see this? Do you see this? It's Orcs and Goblins versus Orcs and Goblins. And guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, the guy I'm playing is the #1 contender at ETC. He's played the first 4 rounds, and the first 4 rounds he's basically tabled his opponent every round. He had, I could pull it up really quick to see what he had. Jocelyn had ETC 20, 19, 17, 19, and then he fights me. So we'll see how I do. Will I be another 20 under his boot, or will the bigger Orc General step up? Guys, we will find out. Alright guys, take care. Till next video. And by the way guys, if you guys haven't hit share, hit subscribe, and if you guys like my content and would like to show support, you could always go onto my Patreon and donate anything. Anything helps. Guys, I met some new guys at Dragon's Den in Philadelphia, and they donated to my channel, and I was like, you know what, you guys really don't believe this, but I am saving for a camera with the money that you guys donate to me. So anything helps, guys. Anything helps. And the camera would be used strictly for battle reports, maybe some family events. Who knows? Alright guys, take care. Until next time. Peace. Oh, MVP? Sorry, MVP? It would have been the K-Pack. It would have been the Savages. It would have been fucking Crom and Zod. I think the MVP is honestly my Magic, my Bushwhackers, because, or not my Bushwhackers, the Bastards. The Bastards pulled No, because they died too, but they pulled 1,000 points, but they lost about 1,000 points as well. I honestly would just say the fucking bushwhackers for holding the objective and not running away like assholes. Alright, guys. Till next time, take care. Peace.